Sami Zayn promises revenge to Jey Uso. Bray Wyatt in danger of getting fired after Vince McMahon's WWE return. Roman Reigns' May plans reveal he is retaining at WrestleMania 39. Jake Paul attacks Seth Rollins. Charlotte Flair on Sasha Banks abandoning WWE. Former rival on Sami Zayn being betrayed by Jey Uso. Paul Heyman sends a message to Jey Uso. Let's jump right into it. Bray Wyatt in danger of getting fired after Vince McMahon's WWE return. Vince McMahon might not have creative control in WWE, but he remains one of the most influential people within the company. While speaking on the Wrestling Outlaws, Vince Russo and EC3 suggested that Bray Wyatt could once again be released from the company due to McMahon's presence. Wyatt returned to WWE in October last year following weeks of cryptic teasers regarding his arrival. As noted by Russo, Vince McMahon was away from the promotion when Triple H re-signed Wyatt, and it initially felt like a great decision from the new management. However, several fans have disliked the slow nature of Wyatt's ongoing storyline, and some pundits even believe the WWE has already given up on the superstar. It's no secret that Bray Wyatt shares a love-hate relationship with Vince McMahon. Meanwhile, Russo explained why the SmackDown star should be genuinely worried about getting fired again as we head towards another WrestleMania. Remember, Bray came back when Vince was gone. Bro, if we don't understand it, forget it with Vince. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I hate to say this, I don't know how much longer he's going to be around. Vince, forget about it. Wyatt is expected to face Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, even though that wasn't the match that high-ranking officials originally had on their minds. EC3 stated that Bray Wyatt's release in July 2021 was a blessing in disguise as he believed several talents would benefit from a clean slate. Carter, though, shared the same sentiments as Vince Russo and wasn't confident about Bray Wyatt excelling on TV with Vince McMahon as the executive chairman. Here's what Carter briefly had to say about the possible limitations of Wyatt working under Mr. McMahon. Sometimes a clean slate is the best thing that can happen for somebody. So, maybe the release to that return was the best thing that could happen to him. But, with Vince coming back and not understanding it and being forced to play that batter, it just won't work. Are you also concerned about Bray Wyatt's future? Sound off in the comments section below. Roman Reigns' May plans reveal he is retaining at WrestleMania 39. The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns will face one of his most significant tests when he takes on the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 39. Rhodes won the 2023 Royal Rumble match to ensure himself a ticket to the main event of WrestleMania. Reportedly, the feud between the two men will not end at WrestleMania. Reigns is likely to retain the WWE Universal Championship and defend it at the King and Queen of the Ring event in Saudi Arabia in May. There is a lot of speculation over who might win at WrestleMania, as the fans are strongly behind Cody Rhodes and want him to finally achieve his goal of becoming the WWE Champion. As per Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, WWE could be planning an ironic twist in having the son of the American Dream Dusty Rhodes win the championship in Saudi Arabia. He also stated that even if it is not Rhodes, Roman Reigns will likely defend the WWE Universal Championship against someone in May. You know, the American Dream's son wins in Arabia. That's an ironic twist, but I don't expect that to happen. But Roman will probably defend against somebody there, said Meltzer. The Tribal Chief has run through every opponent that has come up against him over the past 2 years. He has wins over top names like Kevin Owens, John Cena, and Drew McIntyre, among others. However, many believe that WrestleMania will be the perfect time to crown a new champion in Cody Rhodes. Here's what Austin Theory told Sportskeeda. But Cody gets that insane energy from the crowd, and his passion and his work ethic and the words that come out of his mouth when he's out there speaking to the WWE Universe. You can feel it. And just the stuff that's been going on lately, like with Paul Heyman, their segments together. Cody might take it, man. He might take it. Despite support pouring in for Cody Rhodes, it is unlikely that he will win as there are already plans in place for Roman Reigns following WrestleMania. While nothing is set in stone, it is being stated that Reigns is likely to defend the championship at King and Queen of the Ring in May. Jake Paul attacks Seth Rollins. Jake Paul doesn't seem to have taken cheap shots being aimed at him in WWE lightly and has sent a heated warning to his brother, Logan's opponent, ahead of WrestleMania 39. Logan Paul is set to take on Seth Rollins at this year's WrestleMania, with both WWE stars not mincing their words to insult each other. The former stepped up to Rollins on this week's Raw as they exchanged harsh words. The Visionary has also sent some shots toward Jake Paul amidst their rivalry. During this week's episode on the Impulsive podcast, Jake Paul appeared as a guest to speak to his brother. The siblings discussed Logan's upcoming match against Rollins and then insulted the former WWE champion. He sounds like a FGBH, Jake Paul said. Jake Paul proceeded to ask who Seth Rollins was, with Logan telling him he's a pretty big name in the wrestling world. The popular boxer then fired some heated shots at the architect. Not that big. "I'll beat the F out of him," he stated. Paul has proven to be a bankable star within WWE, showcasing impressive performances in his matches against The Miz and Roman Reigns. Ric Flair believes Logan and his brother Jake are above almost anyone in drawing power. Speaking on the To Be the Man podcast, Flair was asked about his thoughts on the Paul brothers and their presence in the promotion being good or not. The 16-time world champion heaped praise on both brothers and thinks they have what it takes to make it in the business. "Oh, hell yeah. He's great. Both of those kids are better than some of the guys that do it full-time for a living." I'll stand by that comment all day long. Until you told me last week that Shawn was training Logan, which now makes sense, I thought, God, the guy's just got incredible, natural ability. I think they're big and they draw money. That's all there is to it. Draw money, Flair remarked. We last saw both Paul brothers appear together at Crown Jewel last year, as Logan took on Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. We'll have to wait and see whether they appear at WrestleMania 39 together. Do you want to see Logan and Jake Paul compete together? Sound off below. Charlotte Flair on Sasha Banks abandoning WWE. Mercedes Moné has clearly experienced a phenomenal start to her post-WWE career. Charlotte Flair recently opened up about her former rival's decision to work in Japan, with the Queen also making an interesting claim about the Four Horsewomen. The former Sasha Banks made her NJPW debut at Wrestle Kingdom 17 and challenged Kairi Sane to a massive title match. As expected, Mercedes defeated Kairi at Battle in the Valley in February to become the new IWGP Women's Champion. The legit boss might have had just one match thus far since leaving WWE, but she is visibly enjoying going down a path many of her peers have avoided. During a recent chat with Daily Mail's Alex McCarthy, an inspired Charlotte Flair supported Sasha Banks' decision to follow her heart. Mercedes Moné's WWE exit meant that the Four Horsewomen were no longer in the same company, and Flair felt that no other group could come close to what they had achieved in wrestling. Here's what the reigning SmackDown Women's Champion had to say about Mercedes Moné. I asked Charlotte Flair about Mercedes Moné's awesome start to her career in Japan. I think it's cool whenever someone follows their heart, it's inspiring. There will never be another group like the Four Horsewomen, ever, tweeted McCarthy. The former Women's Champion's WWE departure happened under controversial circumstances as she and Naomi walked out on an episode of Raw due to creative differences with Vince McMahon. Despite expectations of Triple H and co. patching things up with Banks, the 31-year-old chose to instead expand her resume by kicking off an exciting stint in Japan. Mercedes already has a major title to show for it, but fans still hope to see her return to her former employer someday. While speaking to ESPN a few weeks back, Moné replied with the old never say never adage when asked about a comeback. As you can view below, I guess people like to say never. You never know in life. I never knew life would take me here, but I always follow my heart, so wherever my heart takes me is where I'm going to go. Do you foresee Sasha Banks eventually re-signing with WWE in the future? Sound off in the comments section below. Former rival on Sami Zayn being betrayed by Jey Uso. Johnny Knoxville seems pleased with Jey Uso betraying Sami Zayn on WWE Raw if his reaction to Zayn's latest Instagram post is any indication. The latest chapter of the Bloodline saga witnessed Jey making his loyalties to his family clear when he brutally attacked the former honorary Uso. After Zayn defeated Jimmy Uso on WWE Raw, Jey Uso appeared to side with the former. The two celebrated at ringside as Jimmy and Solo Sikoa looked on in anger. However, Jey Uso quickly showed his true colors when he superkicked the master strategist out of nowhere, leaving the Boston crowd stunned. The Bloodline began attacking Sami Zayn before Cody Rhodes came out to help out the latter. A few hours ago, the former Intercontinental Champion shared an image of the beatdown on his Instagram handle and made it known he was coming to seek revenge. While fans came out in droves in his support in the comments section, Sami Zayn's former rival, Johnny Knoxville, wrote that he was happy to see him being attacked. Knoxville and Zayn battled it out at WWE WrestleMania 38, where the Hollywood star came up victorious thanks to help from his Jackass crew. A few months ago, in an interview, Sami Zayn revealed that his match against Knoxville at WrestleMania 38 was one of the favorites of his career. The former honorary Uso explained that it takes a lot to execute a bout with someone like Johnny Knoxville, who had never stepped foot inside the ring before. Zayn added that he's proud of the match and rates it among the best in ring contests he has had in his career. It's one of my favorite matches ever, Zayn said. I don't think a lot of people understand the little things you have to do to make sure it flows so well with someone who's never done this. So I take a lot of pride in that side of it. I put it up there with some of my best matches ever, but for different reasons. Zayn is expected to mend his differences with Kevin Owens and challenge the Usos for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania 39. Do you see Zayn and Johnny Knoxville ever colliding again inside the ring? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Paul Heyman sends a message to Jey Uso. This past Monday night on WWE Raw, Jey Uso finally made his decision between the Bloodline and Sami Zayn. After a shocking turn of events, he betrayed the former honorary Uso. Jey has been absent from the Bloodline's corner since Roman Reigns was betrayed by Zayn at the Royal Rumble Premium Live event. A few weeks later, the 38-year-old star was unable to dethrone the undisputed WWE Universal Champion at Elimination Chamber. Taking to social media, Bloodline member Paul Heyman sent a message to his stablemate in regards to his decision. Reacting to Jey's latest Instagram post, Heyman sent a short message. "The right-hand man has made his decision," wrote Heyman. Jey is expected to cross paths with Roman Reigns on this week's WWE SmackDown, as the Bloodline will once again be in full force for the first time since the Royal Rumble Premium Live event. Paul Heyman recently sent a message to Roman Reigns and acknowledged him on social media. Taking to his Instagram handle, Heyman shared a photo of himself with the tribal chief. The Weissman then labeled Reigns the greatest champion of all time. He wrote, "If you don't acknowledge that Roman Reigns is the greatest champion of all time, you will one day have to confess you haven't been paying attention." Reigns is currently closing in on 1,000 days as the WWE Universal Champion. However, he has to get past his next challenger, Cody Rhodes, to reach that milestone. The American Nightmare will be challenging for the championship at WrestleMania 39. Rhodes earned himself the title shot by winning this year's Royal Rumble match. Last week on SmackDown, he finally crossed paths with Reigns face-to-face as the two men went back and forth on the microphone. Do you think Roman Reigns' title reign will come to an end at the hands of Cody Rhodes? Sound off in the comments section below. Sami Zayn promises revenge to Jey Uso. Since the 2023 Royal Rumble event, the Bloodline faction appeared to be in tatters. However, following this week's episode of WWE Raw, Jey Uso and the rest of the stable seems to be on the same page again. For Sami Zayn, though, this has only left more unresolved issues. At the 2023 Royal Rumble, Sami Zayn betrayed Roman Reigns, turning his back on the Bloodline to protect former friend Kevin Owens. When the tribal chief asked him to hit the superstar with a steel chair, it proved too much for him, and he hit Reigns instead. An utter decimation of Zayn at the hands of the faction followed, but one member stayed out of it, Jey Uso. Jey walked out on the Bloodline and, since then, has only appeared when he was obliged to for matches or through the crowd. Uso seemed to sympathize with Zayn, even having private conversations with him. On Raw, after Zayn defeated Jimmy, Jey shared what appeared to be a painful moment with his brother before seemingly siding with Zayn by hugging him. However, it was a ruse, and Jey then hit Zayn full across the face with a superkick. He then beat down Zayn again, asking if he really thought he would pick Sami over his own family. Now, while Roman Reigns' family is finally reunited, Zayn is far from happy. He promised retribution, letting everyone know what he was planning. Given that WWE SmackDown is tomorrow, fans might watch out for what the Canadian star has planned for Roman Reigns' faction, especially Jey Uso. "Revenge is coming," Zayn wrote. The star had previously broken his silence with a tweet featuring a picture of the moment Jey hugged him. Except for Solo Sikoa, every superstar of the Bloodline will have a match at WrestleMania 39. Roman Reigns is set to defend his undisputed WWE Universal Championship against Cody Rhodes. While it has not yet been announced, the Usos will likely be in a program with Sami Zayn. The latter is yet to convince Kevin Owens to join his side, but that appears to be an ongoing process. The two could very well challenge the unified WWE Tag Team titles. Even if Sikoa is not involved in a match, that can change quickly. However, with only weeks to go before WrestleMania, it's highly unlikely that he will be involved in a concrete feud by then. Do you think Roman Reigns will defeat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing